Welcome back to my channel, everyone. I am back with a trifecta product review. It is the Smackdown between the essences. So I have 3 essences that I have been trying since the beginning of June. I wanted to give each one of them a fair opportunity before I came back and gave my thoughts on them. And those 3 products are, the first one is the Fresh Black Tea Kombucha Facial Essence. This particular product retails for $68. And it is a 5-ounce bottle. The next one is Tatcha, the Essence. This is a 5.1 fluid ounce bottle. And let's see, I'm probably getting it washed out there. This one retails for $95. And then the last one is SK2 Facial Treatment Essence. This is a 1 fluid ounce, but they don't actually sell this. I got this in a kit. The smallest mini that they sell of this one is actually a 2 ounce, so double this, for $99. So let's talk about these 3 products. The one that I personally liked the least for day-to-day use is the SK2. It's extremely expensive. It is like the perfect primer for sheet mask that tighten, reduce pores, minimize lines and wrinkles. This is a great pre-step for those kinds of mask or sheet mask treatments. On a day-to-day basis, unless you are on the brink of going to get Botox, I would not recommend this one. But this is like liquid Botox in a bottle. When you put a few drops of this in your hand, put them in the praying motion, and then just, even it out and press in your face, it is almost like a puppeteer taking strings and actually smoothing everything out. Great finish. Great for minimizing, but after using this, I felt like my face was really, really tight and dry. So I was not a fan of it. I even found myself using this to tighten and then going back with one of the other 2 essences at time to add the hydration back into my skin. So I'm not a fan of this one. The price point at $99 for 2 ounces I think is absolutely ridiculous. It did not have a smell to it. This little bottle has, like they all do, kind of have a little dropper at the top because you only need a couple of drops. And as you can tell, I've only used a little bit. And I've only used a little bit because I do use masks that tighten and smooth and reduce, but that's not my it's not my go-to thing. And this one, it made me feel like after I washed my face and it was on the brink of hydration that I put this on, and it felt like it just dried it and tightened it out, and then I needed to do something else in order to get it back in line. Will I finish using this? Absolutely. I'm going to continue to use it as a prep step for mask. Would I go back and give Sephora the $99 for a 2 ounce or any of the upward prices for the larger size? No. But I'm glad I got to try it. I just don't understand what the hype is about. However, if tightening pores, fine lines, wrinkles is your thing and you don't mind your face feeling like you have clay on it, tightening it up, drying it out, then this is it. I have normal skin. light oil in the T-zone. This just felt like it was a bit too much for me. Even in my fight against fine lines, I'm not at a point where I would say that they're that bad that I would put this on every day in order to minimize them. What I will say though is that it will shrink, it will pull, it will tighten. You will be able to see and feel a difference. But I don't know that this is going to be long term. It's more like a daily treatment, and it's good for the day, and then you're going to need to reapply it. So those are my thoughts on the SK2. I know that there are some diehard people that love this. I'm just not in that camp. The next one is what I would consider my Holy Grail from Tatcha the Essence. This is my second or third one. As you can tell, I've used over half of this bottle, and I already have 2 more on standby. I love this stuff. It is plumping. It is softening. I use it after the shower. I will use this as a primer for any other kind of mask other than like pores tightening, that kind of thing, because it's going to help to pull those ingredients in so that I get the maximum effect from a skin standpoint. When I travel and use this, if I travel and I don't have my travel side of this, I feel like my skin is not at its best during that trip. So I do have a small travel size of the Essence to carry with me. Essence to me is one of those things that until you try it, you don't realize that your skin needs that extra boost of vitamins and hydration in order to perfect and to give all of your other skincare products a head start, because I feel like that is what this one does. It absorbs in 7 seconds. So I'm not waiting around waiting for this to absorb. What I typically do is once I get out of the shower, I will put this on. And then while I'm like finishing the towel dry or putting on deodorant, this is absorbing, and then I can move forward with all of my other skincare products. It says that this is a concentrate of pure micronutrients. It softens and plumps skin with deep hydration while maximizing the performance of the Tatcha skincare ritual. It works, of course, best with Tatcha products because it's been formulated to work with those products. But what I have found is that I can use this with anything and any mask. I've even used it with those tightening, pore refining, wrinkle shrinking masks, and it works amazing. But this, I think, helps to take those masks over the top because it's formulated to do what those masks are intended to do. I love that this does not have a scent and that it's fast absorbing. I love that it's formulated to work well not only with my other skincare products, but specifically with Tatcha. Hydration is good. It is phenomenal. I don't find myself, I'm not a dry patch skin person, but I did have a tiny dry patch that appeared about 2 weeks ago, and this really helped to get that cleared up a lot quicker. I'm not sure what happened there, but anyway, this is amazing. I've yet to pay the $95 for it because I'm such a Tatcha fan that when QVC launched it and it was on a featured price, I went ahead and picked it up and have it on auto delivery. But I will say that I have found that it is worth the $95, and my skin knows when I skip this step. It's the one thing that I didn't know that I needed in my skincare routine until I incorporated it. Die-hard Tatcha, and then my next die-hard Fresh had the audacity to launch the black tea version. This is amazing as well. I use this the entire month of June. You only need a little bit. So I've been using this one for several months, was using it before June, took a break in June, have picked it back up and have been alternating between these two just to kind of give you an idea of the usage of these. This one, what is it about the fresh one? So the fresh one is anti-pollution and anti-aging. It is the equivalent of if these two had a baby, it would be this. What I like about this is the fact that it leaves my skin with a kind of silken finish. This one absorbs in 7 seconds. I have timed it. This one is more like 60 seconds. The other two are fragrance free, and this one has a rose scent or rose fragrance to it. It's not bad, it's not strong, it doesn't linger, but it's the fact that it has a fragrance to it that makes this not be my first choice. It's good. If you like the smell of rose, it's great. It's not bad, but because it has that fragrance, it has not been my favorite. It leaves the skin what I would call a little slippery because of that sheen. It's not bad. I've not noticed any issues applying other skincare products. I've not had any issues with any of the makeup that I wear, but I just know that it leaves just a little bit of a sheen, and then it dries down. It becomes a little bit tacky, which I don't like. And then after 60 seconds, all of that dissipates and it's gone. So I'm not sure how this one morphs, but that's the cycle that it goes through for me. I have noticed that my fine lines are diminished, and even after it dries down, even though I don't notice a sheen, it does leave kind of an inner healthy skin glow look, which I really, really like. For these three, the only one that I have noticed has day-to-day effects, and by that I mean if I use this on Monday, Tuesday my skin is still really hydrated. I would still use it again, but I would imagine that I could skip a day without an essence, so it has a longer effect. I've not noticed that with the Tatcha, even though that's my go-to. Or maybe I'm just spoiled and like the way that this one feels, but I will use this one every day because after I get out of the shower, I feel like my skin needs it. If I've used this the day before, the next day I don't feel like I have to apply an essence, and I don't feel like my skin is lacking anything if I don't put it on. I have tried this also with my Tatcha sheet mask, and it works beautifully. It's not, of course, formulated for that, but I will use any of the three for a prep or prime step for any of my sheet mask. Now, this one says that it is a silky liquid leave-on formula powered by kombucha, fermented sweet black tea, and increases moisture and luminosity for a radiant, lustrous complexion. The highly concentrated age-delayed treatment provides daily antioxidant and anti-pollution protection, which helps prevent premature signs of skin aging. The versatile, weightless essence also smooths, softens the look of fine lines, and refines the appearance of skin, boosting its resilience and vitality. All of these, you only need a couple of drops. I thought that by the time I got ready to film this video, I thought I was going to film it at the end of June, and was torn. And then I said, okay, I'm going to do it in July, and I got through part of the month of July and then ended up traveling with this one and was like, okay, when I get back home, I'm going to use this some more. And then August, I toggled back and forth between these and then threw this one in the middle of them and was like, yeah, my thoughts haven't changed on this one. It's still a spa night prep. And now here we are, the beginning of September, and this is like the best of both worlds. I do believe that if you are looking for a preventative treatment, if you're looking for something that is going to soften lines, wrinkles, radiance, moisture, luminosity, and you're okay with the $68 price point and you don't mind the rose fragrance, this is the way to go. This is not a travel-friendly bottle, though, because it is glass. Everything else is plastic and travel-friendly, but Fresh is in a glass bottle, which I believe will also help to stabilize the product. It has, similar to the SK2, it has a little just a little cutout so that you can just drop a couple of drops in your hand. The only one that really has a dispenser is the one from Tatcha, and it just pours out a little better as opposed to you having to drop it. But it has the same, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it has the same kind of spout. It just kind of has a little funnel for you so that you have a little bit more control as you're dispensing the drops in your hand. All three of them apply the same way. Couple of drops in the hands and praying motions. I just turn so that I get a good even coating and then just press into my face, upward motions, pat, and then into my neck and into my décolleté and let them be for just anywhere from 7 seconds to 60 seconds. And this one does its own thing in between. And then you can continue with whatever your next step is, whether that's skincare or whether that is some kind of skin mask or sheet mask type treatment. So, how would I rank them? Number 3. I could really live without this at this point. I am going to rank Fresh second, just because I've not been using it as long and because it has the rose fragrance. But I could very easily swap this out of my routine with the Tatcha and be just as satisfied and see the long-lasting results. But because I've been using Tatcha the longest, because it absorbs quicker, because it does not have fragrance, because it helps to soften and hydrate, because the vitamins and nutrients that it has, I can tell when my skin has like soaked it up. It's like, all right, what's next? I'm ready for it. Because of that, at a whopping $95 retail, Tatcha would be my number 1, but only slightly above Fresh. And if I could figure out a way to get rid of this rose scent with Fresh, these would absolutely be interchangeable because they're just that good. So that's the Smackdown of the essences. Thank you so very much for watching. If you would, make sure that you hit the thumbs up button before you head out. Make sure that you hit the subscribe and the bell so that you will not miss out on any of my future uploads. If you've tried any of these 3 or have an opinion about essences in general from a skincare routine, I'd love to have that discussion with you down in the comments. So thank you so very much for watching. Until next time, I hope that you have a healthy, robust skincare routine. Take care.